Hey guys, time to make the salsa and guacamole. So I'm going to show you how I make it. I make it fresh and I make it every week because this is a staple in my house and I just like eating it with some really good tortilla chips. But I'm going to start it off and I've got 8 tomatoes, vine ripe tomatoes that are sitting here in my colander. 2 bunches of fresh cilantro that I've got running up under the water. Let me show you. And I got 2 peppers, 1 red and 1 green. And then 1 red onion. So I'm going to show you how we're going to make this up. First, I like to cut up my tomatoes. So we're going to take a tomato, cut it in half. Then I put it on its side and I just slice it. Make about 4 or 5 slices. Then I hold them together and you just dice them up. So the same for the other half. Just dice it up. That's 1 tomato out the way. And I got 7 more to go. I love salsa. I don't know what it is about it. It's just those fresh vegetables with the cilantro and the peppers and the onions all together. Whoever came up with a great idea, because I absolutely love it, especially with the guacamole. There's nothing like fresh homemade salsa and fresh homemade guacamole. So that's my second one. So working on the third one. And I just like to have nice chunks so that way when you dip it with the tortilla chip, you get a little bit of the tomatoes, the pepper, and the onions, cilantro all in the chip. So then we're going to take it and just put it in a bowl. And that is 3 tomatoes out the way. So I'm going to grab another one. Slice them up. Put them on the side. Now you can make the tomatoes as chunky as you like. If you like bigger pieces, then don't cut them as small. For me, I just like to be just a little bit chunky. So it can be bite-sized pieces for a tortilla chip. 1 more tomato. Like I said, I really enjoy making these. 1 more tomato we're going to do. I think this is my 6th one. Yes, that means I only got 2 more to go. And we'll be finished with cutting up the tomatoes. This is going to take about literally 10 minutes to make, guys. It's not hard. Very easy, very simple. I just don't want you all to be afraid of when you see these vegetables and you're like, okay, how can I make it into this? If you just know how to do it, you know, cut it up right. And just follow the recipe, which I'm giving online. It'll be, you know, it's easy. So here we go. This is my 7th tomato I'm cutting up. And I'm almost done. So I'm going to grab this last one. It's got a little stuff on the top, so I'm just going to cut that off. But these tomatoes are very juicy, and they have so much juice coming off of it, and that's going to be the base of the sauce for the salsa. We're going to cut that up, quarter it, cut it on the corners, and we're done. That's it for the tomatoes. And that took all of what, 5 minutes. In the bowl we go. And look at how much that makes. That's a lot. So now, other thing we're going to cut up is my peppers. So I got 1 green pepper. We're going to cut that in half. We're going to get the seeds out of here. Because having these little seeds in it is not going to be good. So what we're going to do is just rinse it out. Make sure there's no seeds. And what I like to do is just spread it out just a little bit like this. And put it on the cutting board. Get the other half, pull it out. Get the seeds. Rinse them out. These peppers are so fragrant. We're going to cut this in half for the red one and do the same. Get some water, rinse it out, get all the seeds out. What I like to do is just flatten them out. There you go. Those are my peppers. Now, how I cut the peppers up is I flatten them out and I put them right on top of each other. And I press them down like this. And the little pieces that are a little bit too big, we're going to put them off to the side. And this is how I cut my peppers. Make sure the seed is off. I slice it right on the side. And it's going to make these little thin sticks, which I like. And I'm slicing the red pepper and the green pepper all at the same time. I got a good grip on my knife. And then what I do is just turn it over on this side. And then we just go down. And this is dicing up all of my peppers at one time. See, and just make sure they're all lined up. And just go down. And now I'm almost done. And as I get to the last of it, I'm just going to sit up here and just put them all up under that knife blade. Make sure my fingers are out of the way. And look at that. All my peppers are chopped up. I'm going to get these little pieces right here. I'm just going to slice them. Go back over them with the knife. There. When I got this one little piece, we're going to add that on there. Alright guys. Peppers all chopped up. See? Add that in there. Now I'm going to do my onion. And the onion, we're just going to cut the edge off. We're going to cut this end off. Peel the outer skin off of it. And sometimes we're cutting these up, they'll make you cry. So I try to hurry up and cut it before it starts doing it. And if it does, oh well, it's going to get me. It's very, very fragrant. I like to use the purple onions, the red onions they call them, because they have a little bit more flavor, and then it gives a really pretty color to the salsa. So, let me show you how to cut this one up. And this is how I cut it. I cut it down the middle, turn it on its side like this, both pieces. And then we're going to slice it, 3. We're going to make 5 slices out of it. We're going to do it to the same piece as well. 2. This one we did 4. And I'm just going to do is go on the side, cut it up like this. And this chops all of them at the same time. So when I cook, it really doesn't take me a long time. What takes a long time for me is just doing the prep. I don't mind doing prep. It's soothing, it's relaxing. I spend time with you all. So there, mine's all done. We're gonna add that to the bowl. And guess what? It didn't get me. Awesome. So we got tomatoes, we got the peppers, and we got the onions. And now we're gonna do the cilantro, which is gonna be the last part. Now the cilantro, oh, not feeling it. Whew. It's coming. It's trying to get me. Look, I got one more tomato. Let me cut this up real quick. It's at the bottom of my cilantro. Didn't see it. Cut that up real quick. Make short work with this tomato. Add it on there. We don't want to do nothing else. Because this base is going to be the base for my guacamole. But there we go. So now the cilantro, I like to run it up under some water. And rinse this off really, really well. And what I do is I turn the bottom ends and take those off. So we cut these off up here. And I use mostly the leaves. And I mean, if you all can smell, there's nothing like the smell of fresh cilantro. So what I'm going to do is just squeeze it. Rinse it off. And I squeeze it. Get all the water off of there. And rinse it off some more. And then I'm going to take this and put it on my cutting board. What I do this one is, we're just going to sit here and just take the knife at the back end. I bunch them all together in a really small ball. And then I just sit here and just cut right through it. So it looks like this. And then I'm looking to see if there's any brown pieces. If there's any brown pieces, I take that out. And it's not that many of them. So, because I actually just got this a few days ago. So this is some really good cilantro. And then I'm just going to chop it. Go over it. And just chop. And it smells so good. So you just take the knife, hold it like this, and then put your palm on the top of it, and you just chop it. This is how I chop my cilantro. And I just keep going over it until it gets down to the consistency that I want it to be. And I like it to be chopped up a little bit more. So I just keep going over it until it gets smaller. I'll take that out of here. Just take a few minutes. When I say it's fragrant and it smells good, I kid you not, this is like one of my favorite smells. Next to fresh basil. Love the way fresh basil smells. So we're just chopping all over it. Looking at the consistency. And every time I go over it, it keeps getting smaller and smaller. And that's what I want. And see what looked like a whole bunch of cilantro starting to be smaller cilantro. And just keep going over it. To the front, to the back, to the side. There. So now that is the consistency that I want it to be. And I'll show you. See that? So you're still going to get really nice flavor of the cilantro. And we're going to take the other piece. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to rinse it off. And I mean, these cilantro leaves are beautiful. So I got a couple of, I'm going to take this little buncher off of it. And this one has quite a bit of brown in it. So we're going to make sure you get these brown leaves off of it, because it's not a good taste when you got some brown stuff in there. So I'm just going to pick through it, get the really good ones, and we're going to use this cilantro to make our salsa and our guacamole. So what I'm doing is just picking off some of these brown pieces. These pieces like this, you don't want that. You want to get that out of there. You want these nice, vibrant leaves that are fresh. So that's what I'm doing, just picking through it. The first batch was alright. This one just got a few brown pieces that we don't want. So what I like to do is just go through it. Like this right here, we're not going to use that. That's right, you got to look through it. And if you see them, just pull them out. And when you go to the store, make sure you get cilantro and not celery, because they taste totally different. You really got to have that flavor of the cilantro in order to make really good salsa. Is it in here? Yep. So I'm just picking over the leaves. Make sure we get all this brown stuff out of here. Put that over. that one out. Alright, that looks like that's all. So once I got that all chopped up, then what we're going to do is put this back in the colander. And we're going to make sure you rinse off anything that might be in there. So I like to re-rinse it again. So that's all in there. Okay. So we're just going to rinse it off. And this one, I'm going to bunch it up like I showed you before. And I just bunch it out into a ball. See? When I get it to a ball, then we're going to chop it up. And then you take the knife, cut. Alright, so now we're going to chop it. So, like I said, grab that end, put your palm on it, and then just get the chopping. As we go over it, it's getting smaller and smaller. Bite-sized pieces. They'll fit on the chip nicely. Sometimes I'll leave big chunks of cilantro in there. Today I don't feel like doing it. I'm just going to chop it up. It'll take a few minutes. Just keep going over it, across it. Up, down. Some people use a food processor for this part. I'm going to go over it one more time. And make sure you got a good grip because you don't want this knife to slip out of your hand. And it has serrated edge, so it makes it easier to chop. Now we're going to put it in the colander and add it to the other one. Rinse that off real quick, and then we're going to add it to our bowl. Quick and easy, all my vegetables are cut up. So now, let me wipe this off. Because I like to clean as I go so that we don't have a big mess at the end. Alright. Now we're just going to get some of this water off of here. That's in the colander. Just drain the water off. And then we're just going to put it right here in this bowl. We're going to get all that out of there. In the bowl we go. Wash my hands off. And then, let me show you. That's my onions, tomatoes, peppers, and my cilantro. So let me get in here and grab my spoon, which I threw in the dishwasher. Then we're just going to stir it all up. Look at this. This is 8 tomatoes, 1 pepper, 1 green pepper, 1 red pepper, 1 whole onion, red onion. And look, it makes all of this salsa. I kid you not, guys. This is going to last about maybe 3 days in my house. Because what I do is I'm just stirring this all up so all the ingredients are incorporated. They're all stirred up together. There we go. We're stirring, we're stirring, we're stirring. So now, I'm going to grab 2 lemons. Put this in my bowl. I'm going to squeeze the lemon juice in here, like I did before. And that's going to be for my salsa and my guacamole. And so I'm just squeezing. You see all this juice out of here. And I kid you not, these are like the best lemons. All this juice coming off of here. Awesome. They smell delicious. More juice on that one. More juice on this one. Okay, now we work on the second one. All this juice. Juice is squirting everywhere. That's right, we're going to get it right here in this bowl. I got a big enough bowl so I can capture all that. That's nice. And then we're on the last one. So you got 2 juices off of 1 lemon. The juices off of 2 lemons. There we go. Put that down there. Look at that. That's a lot of juice. So, now, rinse my hands off. Get my paper towel. We're going for, actually, we're going to put a little bit of this juice in here. Just a little. And then the rest of it's going to be for my avocados. Now, I got these avocados. You want to make sure that they're ripe. Because now we're going to work on the guacamole. And what I like to do for the avocados is cut them in half. We're going to do them all at the same time. Get this little seed out. Open them up. Pull them apart. No, you don't. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 5 avocados. This is going to make enough guacamole for me. And I'm going to show you the reason why I made so much salsa, because this one is almost not good. So we're going to just do the parts that are good and just work around it and get the rest of it and get rid of that. So we're going to take that and just get rid of the rest of this food. So put it right here. Oh, no, you don't. They got one more. It's right here. See what this one looks like. Oh, this is the same way. So we're just going to get a little bit out of there, and then the rest of it we're not going to use because it's got a little old. That's okay. We'll use what we can, and we won't use the rest of it. All right. So now what we're going to do is take the seed out. Get my spoon. We're just going to scoop. Scoop out the avocado. And just pop it right into the bowl with the lemon juice. Because the lemon juice is going to preserve it so that way it won't start turning brown on you. Once again, get the spoon. Scoop it right out. Right into the bowl. Go. All right, here we go. I love guacamole. This and salsa are my absolute all-time loves. Here we go. I'm gonna scoop that out, and I'm gonna show you how we're gonna make this into guacamole. So now we're on to the last avocado. We'll scoop that up in here. Okay. Now we'll take these little pieces and put them in there. Go around here and get this off. So there. Get this off of my hands. Those are my avocados. Now we're going to show you what we're going to do next. We're going to blend this all up. So now, I grab my hand mixer. My hand blender, I say. And I absolutely love, this is one of my favorite tools that I have in my kitchen. So, I use this for everything. So this is my KitchenAid handheld mixer. And then what we're going to do is put this here. We're going to plug it up. And then get the blend. I just blend all this up, even with the lemon juice. Blend it up. It's going to take a few seconds. Blend it up. That's it. Shake that off. Put that in the sink. There we go. So now, almost finished with the salsa. So let me show you how we're going to season this up. I got my garlic paste, which is a special garlic paste that I made. Shoot, I'll just use a spoon. So what we're going to do is get a spoonful of this and put it into my salsa. Okay? And then I'm going to use my garlic flavored olive oil that I made. We're going to put that in there. Just about a teaspoon of that. And then I've got kosher salt that I have right here. We're going to do 2 pinches of the salt. And a couple of turns of fresh black pepper. And then we just stir this up. So I'm stirring, I'm incorporating everything in there. And make sure everything is stirred up well into there. Then, rinse my hand off. I'm going to grab Mrs. Dash. And I use this to season it up as well. And this is about, I would say about 3 tablespoons of Mrs. Dash. And then we stir that up in there as well. And that is my salsa. So what I do is I make the salsa first and then I make the guacamole. So now this is all stirred up and seasoned. Then we add it to the guacamole. So I'm going to get 1 spoonful. Make sure juice is off of it. 2 spoonfuls. 3 spoonfuls. And a 4. And then you just stir this all up. Do one more. There. Okay. And that's it. That's my finished product for my guacamole. Now, for the salsa, we got to put the sauce on it. And put this back in the refrigerator. And I'm going to grab my balsamic vinegar. You can use cider vinegar. You can use whatever vinegar you want. I like using my balsamic vinegar because I have a lot of it. So what I'm going to do is pour a couple of tablespoons in there and stir it up. And that is my salsa. It smells fabulous. Stir this up. And that's it. It is ready to go. Now the guacamole we're leaving in here. This one we're going to put into another container so I can serve it for later on. This is this week's edition, Cooking with Dionne. We got the salsa and the guacamole. Hope this made it easier for you all to try it yourselves. See you later. Bye.